Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video, we're going to explore something really interesting and exciting. So, if you want to find out what you'll learn by staying with us till the end, make sure to watch the whole video. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. The 1978 USA 1-dime coin, also known as the Roosevelt dime, is one of those seemingly unremarkable coins that, upon closer inspection, holds layers of history, significance, and collector appeal. While the dime may not often grab attention in daily transactions, it's an important piece of America's coinage legacy, and the 1978 version is no exception. In this video, we'll explore the fascinating journey of the 1978 dime, uncover its historical background, delve into the intricate design that's become iconic, discuss the minting process that made it unique, and, of course, reveal why this coin can fetch up to $132,000 in today's market, making it a true treasure for collectors. First, let's rewind to the 1970s, a decade marked by significant political and economic changes in the United States. The 1970s were a time of great uncertainty, with rising inflation, economic struggles, and a turbulent political climate. President Jimmy Carter was elected in 1976, and by 1978, his administration was focusing on tackling these economic challenges. Despite the difficult times, the U.S. Mint continued its operations and produced coins that would continue to circulate for decades to come, including the 1978 Roosevelt dime. The dime itself has a long and rich history in the United States, dating back to 1796. Originally, it featured the design of the first U.S. Mint director, the famous Liberty Cap, but over the years, the dime has gone through numerous redesigns. By the mid-20th century, a change was on the horizon. In 1946, the U.S. Mint decided to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt by redesigning the dime in his likeness, shortly after his death. Roosevelt had been the nation's leader through the Great Depression and World War II, and his image on the dime was a tribute to his legacy of service. This redesign, featuring Roosevelt's portrait, has remained in place ever since, making the dime instantly recognizable. Fast forward to 1978, and the coin was still being struck in its familiar design. Roosevelt's profile remained on the obverse, accompanied by his name and the words, "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." The reverse side of the coin showcased a simple but powerful image, a torch flanked by olive branches and oak leaves. The torch symbolized liberty, the olive branch represented peace, and the oak branch stood for strength. The combination of these elements reflected the nation's ideals, making the coin not just a functional piece of currency but also a symbol of America's values. In terms of minting, the 1978 Roosevelt dimes were struck in the same composition as their predecessors. They were made from a copper-nickel clad composition, with a total weight of 2.27 grams and a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. This composition was chosen because it was durable and cost-effective, allowing the U.S. Mint to produce large quantities of dimes without incurring significant expense. In 1978, the U.S. Mint continued to produce the dime at its facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Dimes from Philadelphia were made without a mint mark, those from Denver carried a D, and those struck in San Francisco bore an S mint mark. The 1978 dime continued the trend of regular production numbers, with billions of these coins minted to meet the needs of circulation. However, even though the 1978 dime was not initially seen as a rarity, the passage of time has revealed certain characteristics and errors that make this coin much more valuable than its face value of 10 cents. Over the years, collectors and numismatists have become more interested in this particular issue of the Roosevelt dime, and certain examples from 1978 are now considered highly desirable and worth a great deal more than their original cost. One of the main reasons for the 1978 dime's collector appeal is the rarity of certain varieties and minting errors. For example, one of the most well-known varieties of the 1978 dime is the double die obverse variety. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in a doubling of the details on the obverse of the coin. This type of error is incredibly rare and valuable to collectors, and a well-preserved example of the 1978 double-die obverse dime can fetch a premium at auction. Depending on its condition and the extent of the error, these coins can easily reach thousands of dollars. Another notable feature of the 1978 dime is the possibility of obtaining a coin in a pristine, uncirculated condition. Many dimes from the year 1978 were circulated heavily, resulting in wear and tear on the design. However, coins that were set aside and remained in uncirculated condition can command higher prices in the marketplace. A 1978 dime with sharp, unblemished details and no signs of wear could be worth more than a typical circulated example, making it a prized find for collectors. In addition to error coins and high-grade examples, the value of a 1978 dime can also be influenced by its overall rarity. While the 1978 dime was produced in large quantities, the condition and the specific variety can make a particular coin more scarce. For instance, dimes minted in San Francisco, with their S mint mark, are often more difficult to find in circulation, and examples that are well preserved are especially rare. As a result, these dimes can sometimes sell for more than their face value, especially when the collector demand is high. So, what makes the 1978 Roosevelt dime so remarkable in terms of value? Well, we're getting to the big reveal. While most 1978 dimes are worth just 10 cents in everyday transactions, there are examples of this coin that are worth a staggering amount of money. A 1978 double-die obverse dime, in excellent condition, can easily fetch several $1,000s at auction. But the true showstopper is a 1978 dime in mint state with a unique error or rare variety. Depending on the specific details, some of these coins have been known to sell for upwards of $132,000. This high value is a testament to the rarity and uniqueness of certain 1978 dimes. The combination of historical significance, minting anomalies, and collector demand has catapulted these coins into the realm of high-value collectibles. For numismatists, the thrill of finding a rare 1978 dime in a coin roll or at an estate sale can be incredibly exciting, knowing that it could be worth a small fortune. As a collector or investor, it's important to understand the specific qualities that make certain 1978 dimes more valuable than others. The value of a coin depends on many factors, including its rarity, condition, and the specific error or variety it features. For those who are new to coin collecting, the 1978 Roosevelt dime is a great place to start, as it offers an opportunity to learn about the intricacies of coin grading, minting errors, and the nuances that make certain coins stand out. In conclusion, the 1978 USA 1 dime coin may seem like just another piece of currency in your pocket, but for the informed collector, it's a coin with a wealth of history, design, and value. While most of the 1978 dimes circulating today are worth only a dime, the rare varieties and minting errors can elevate this coin to impressive heights. Whether it's a double-die obverse or a high-grade uncirculated coin, the 1978 Roosevelt dime is an example of how seemingly ordinary coins can hold hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. And with the right example, you could find yourself holding a 1978 dime worth as much as $132,000, a truly astonishing value for such a small coin. So, the next time you encounter a 1978 dime, remember to look closely. You never know, you might just be holding a piece of history worth far more than you ever imagined. The 1984 USA 1 dime coin, also known as the Roosevelt dime, is one of the many iconic coins in the history of American currency. For collectors and numismatists alike, this small coin holds significant historical and aesthetic value. Today, the 1984 dime might seem like just another piece of everyday currency, but when we look back at its historical context, design features, minting processes, and how it fits into the broader story of U.S. coinage, we begin to see why it has earned its place in the world of collectibles. But here's the kicker: by the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much this 1984 dime could be worth today. Spoiler alert, we're talking about a coin with a value of up to $120,000. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1984 dime, let's take a moment to reflect on the significance of the dime itself. The dime, at just 10 cents, is the smallest denomination of coin regularly used in the U.S., and it has always held an outsized role in American coinage. The design of the dime has changed several times throughout history, and by the 20th century, it had settled into a design that has remained iconic to this day: Franklin D. Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse side. The Roosevelt dime was introduced in 1946, following the death of the 32nd President of the United States, and it has become one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history. So, what makes the 1984 version of the Roosevelt dime unique? To answer that, we need to look at the historical backdrop. The 1980s were a time of great economic change in the United States. The country was recovering from the stagflation of the 1970s, and President Ronald Reagan's administration was implementing key economic reforms. The minting of coins like the 1984 dime reflected a period of stability and growth in U.S. coinage, with the Roosevelt dime continuing its run as the nation's 10-cent piece. In terms of design, the 1984 Roosevelt dime featured the same iconic elements that had been in place since 1946. The obverse side of the coin showcased the left-facing profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, with his name, Roosevelt, and the words, "In God We Trust," inscribed along the rim. The reverse of the coin displayed a torch, flanked by olive branches and oak branches, which represented liberty, peace, and strength, values that were integral to the vision of America. The design was simple, yet powerful, and it made the Roosevelt dime one of the most enduring symbols of American ideals. The composition of the 1984 dime remained unchanged from earlier years, consisting of a copper-nickel-clad composition. Each coin weighed 2.27 grams and had a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. This metal mix of copper and nickel gave the coin its durability and resistance to wear, which made it ideal for circulation. The dimes of 1984 were struck at the U.S. Mint facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins produced in Philadelphia bore no mint mark, while those from Denver were marked with a D, and those from San Francisco carried an S. The 1984 dime was produced in large quantities, as it was a regular circulation coin. However, some coins produced in 1984 were set aside by collectors, while others were kept in pristine condition. These coins, especially those with minting errors or unusual features, have gained value over time as collectors have recognized their rarity. Speaking of rarity, one of the main factors that contribute to the value of any coin is its condition. Coins that are well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, are always more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. The 1984 dime is no exception. Coins that were stored in mint state, particularly those that were part of sets or collections, are much more sought after by collectors. For example, a 1984 dime in uncirculated condition, with no scratches or signs of wear, could easily fetch a higher price than a well-worn example. Another significant factor contributing to the value of the 1984 dime is the presence of any minting errors or special varieties. For collectors, minting errors can make a coin much more valuable than a standard, error-free example. For the 1984 dime, there were a few noteworthy varieties and errors that have been identified over the years, including double dies and other misstrikes. These error coins are highly prized by collectors because of their rarity and the story behind how they came to be. One of the most notable varieties of the 1984 dime is the 1984 D/D variety. This error occurs when a coin is struck with the same mint mark twice, creating a D that appears to be overlaid on another D. This double mint mark error is quite rare, and dimes with this variety have been sold at auctions for significantly higher prices than their non-error counterparts. While the 1984 D/D dime isn't as rare as some other minting errors, it still commands a premium price on the collector market. In addition to minting errors, the overall rarity of the coin can also influence its value. While 1984 dimes were produced in large numbers, some of the coins from this year were simply not preserved as well as others. A dime that has remained in pristine condition for decades is naturally rarer than one that has been worn down by years of circulation. For this reason, coins that are in mint state or that have been graded as high-quality examples are more likely to fetch higher prices at auctions. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part, the value of the 1984 dime today. While most 1984 dimes are worth just 10 cents in their circulated state, certain examples of this coin have gained significant value over the years, especially those that are in pristine condition or feature minting errors. A typical 1984 dime in average condition is worth only a small premium over its face value, but for collectors who are fortunate enough to find a well-preserved coin or one with a notable error, the value can skyrocket. For example, a 1984 dime in mint state could be worth anywhere from $50 to $100, depending on its condition and any unique characteristics. However, when it comes to rare error varieties, the value can increase dramatically. The 1984 D/D dime, in particular, has sold for prices as high as $2,500 in some cases, depending on its quality and rarity. But there's more. There are reports of 1984 dimes with particularly rare features or errors that have sold for far more than even that. So, what's the highest value that a 1984 dime has fetched on the market? Believe it or not, some well-preserved, error-free examples, or dimes with rare minting mistakes, have been sold at auction for as much as $120,000. Yes, you heard that right. A dime that was originally worth just 10 cents can now be worth an astounding $120,000, depending on its condition, rarity, and collector interest. In conclusion, the 1984 USA 1 dime coin is a fascinating piece of American history. While most of the coins produced in this year remain in circulation and are worth little more than their face value, rare varieties, minting errors, and well-preserved examples have made this seemingly humble dime one of the most coveted collectibles in the coin world. The allure of finding a 1984 dime in mint condition or with a rare error is what keeps collectors and investors on the lookout for this unique coin. And as we've seen, the value of certain 1984 dimes has soared to extraordinary heights, with some coins now worth up to $120,000. The 1985 USA 1 dime coin, a symbol of American history, carries with it a story that reaches beyond its modest value. It is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The 1985 dime, like many of its predecessors, is a representation of U.S. tradition, political significance, and the artistic vision that defines American coinage. Today, we'll dive into the world of the 1985 1 dime coin, exploring its design, minting process, collector appeal, and, of course, the astounding value it can command in the market today. The Roosevelt dime was introduced after President Roosevelt's death in 1945. Roosevelt was the longest-serving president in U.S. history, having led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. The dime's design, which featured Roosevelt's profile on the obverse, was meant to honor his leadership and legacy. Its reverse design features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. This powerful combination of symbols is still present on the 1985 dime, making it not only a representation of Roosevelt's legacy but also a reminder of American ideals. By the time 1985 rolled around, the Roosevelt dime had been in circulation for nearly 40 years. While it was designed as a tribute to Roosevelt, its continued use reflected its importance in American currency. The 1985 coin, like its predecessors, was struck in copper-nickel and weighed 2.27 grams, with a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. These technical details remained the same, ensuring the coin's consistency in both size and appearance, though it was the historical context and minor design variations that made the 1985 dime noteworthy. The minting process of the 1985 dime took place at the U.S. Mint facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins produced in Philadelphia did not bear a mint mark, while those struck in Denver carried a D mint mark, and the coins made in San Francisco featured an S. The vast majority of the dimes produced were made for circulation, but there were also special proof versions that were struck for collectors. These proof coins, often made with extra care and higher quality materials, are highly prized by numismatists for their sharp details and flawless finishes. The 1985 proof dime, produced at the San Francisco Mint, is especially sought after by collectors due to its polished and gleaming appearance. Despite being a widely circulated coin, the 1985 dime has not remained free from variety. The most sought-after dimes, especially among collectors, are those that display rare minting errors or unique features that make them stand out from the standard examples. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production of the coin. These errors can be anything from double-struck dies to misaligned images. These coins are extremely rare, and their scarcity can significantly boost their value. One of the most valuable varieties of the 1985 dime involves an error in the minting process where the coin was struck twice, resulting in a double die. These double die coins are particularly interesting to collectors because the images on the coin appear to be slightly overlaid, giving the coin a unique, almost ghostly quality. The 1985 dime with such a double die error is considered a rare find and can be worth far more than its face value. Now, what really catches the eye of collectors and investors is the condition of the coin. While most dimes from 1985 are in fairly common circulated condition, those that have been well preserved or graded as mint state can fetch much higher prices on the collector's market. A coin that has not been worn down through years of use is considered to be in mint state if it shows no signs of wear, scratches, or tarnish. The higher the grade of a coin, the more it is worth, and a pristine 1985 dime, especially one with an error or variation, can be worth a substantial amount of money. Many collectors also search for dimes that have been graded by professional coin grading services, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These organizations assign a grade to a coin based on its appearance, preserving the coin's authenticity and helping buyers determine its true value. A 1985 dime in perfect condition, graded as a 68 or higher, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its rarity and appeal to collectors. Of course, we can't talk about the 1985 dime without touching on its monetary value. While most of the 1985 dimes in circulation today are worth only their face value, just 10 cents, there are rare and pristine examples that have seen their value grow exponentially. A standard 1985 dime in average condition may be worth only a small premium above its face value, but coins with special qualities can command far higher prices. The rare minting errors, such as the double die variety, are highly sought after by collectors, and the value of these dimes can rise dramatically. Now, for the big reveal, the current value of the 1985 dime can reach as high as $120,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. A well-preserved, error-free example of the 1985 dime, or one with a rare minting error like the double die, can fetch incredible prices at auction. The highest quality coins, especially those with remarkable history or unique features, can be worth tens of thousands of dollars. The demand for high-quality coins, coupled with their rarity, makes the 1985 dime an exciting and profitable coin for collectors. What makes the 1985 dime even more fascinating is the idea that something as small as a 10-cent coin can be worth so much money, given the right circumstances. Collectors around the world search for these rare coins, with many going through rolls of dimes from the 1980s, hoping to find that one elusive gem. The allure of a coin that could be worth hundreds or thousands of times more than its face value is something that continues to draw in collectors and investors alike. The story of the 1985 USA 1 dime coin is a testament to the way history, design, and minting processes come together to create something of lasting value. Whether it's the legacy of President Roosevelt, the simple yet elegant design of the coin, or the rare varieties and minting errors that make it valuable today, the 1985 dime remains a piece of U.S. history worth preserving. And for those lucky enough to find one in exceptional condition, It's a coin that could lead to a life-changing windfall. In conclusion, the 1985 dime may have started its life as a simple piece of currency, but today, it stands as a symbol of American coinage and a valuable collectible. Whether you're a casual coin enthusiast or a serious investor, the 1985 dime holds a special place in the world of numismatics. So, next time you come across a 1985 dime, take a closer look. It might just be worth far more than you think. The 2002 USA 1 dime coin holds a special place in the history of U.S. currency. A seemingly small and simple coin, it has much more to offer than meets the eye. This coin is part of the Roosevelt dime series, which first came into being in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away the previous year. This coin represents not only an era of American history but also reflects the culture, the minting processes, and the ongoing love for numismatics among collectors. The 2002 dime is one of many in the series, continuing the legacy of President Roosevelt, whose portrait is featured on the obverse. The design of the Roosevelt dime, which has remained unchanged since its inception, is a timeless tribute to a leader who shaped the course of the nation. Roosevelt led the U.S. through the Great Depression and World War II, two monumental periods in American history. This coin is more than just currency, it symbolizes resilience, leadership, and the enduring American spirit. When the Roosevelt dime was first issued, it replaced the Mercury dime, which had been in circulation for over 25 years. The mint needed a new design to honor the late President Roosevelt. John R. Sinek, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver at the time, was responsible for creating Roosevelt's profile, which was based on a photograph of the president. Sinek's design was striking in its simplicity and elegance, which is one reason the coin has remained unchanged for decades. The reverse of the coin features a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength. Fast forward to 2002, and the Roosevelt dime had already been circulating for over 55 years. While the design had remained the same, the minting process had evolved. Coins were produced at several U.S. mint facilities, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Each mint had its own way of identifying its products. For example, coins produced in Philadelphia typically don't have a mint mark, while dimes produced in Denver are marked with a D, and those from San Francisco bear an S. This helps collectors identify where the coin was minted, and in some cases, coins from particular mints can become more valuable. In terms of composition, the 2002 dime continued the tradition of being made of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, with a weight of 2.27 grams and a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. These specifications had been standardized for several decades, giving the coin a consistent feel and look throughout its years of circulation. Although the design of the 2002 dime did not change from its previous issues, the real magic of this coin comes when we look at its collectability and value in the numismatic market. The world of coin collecting is full of intricacies, with many different factors affecting the value of a coin. For the 2002 dime, some of these factors include its condition, its minting errors, and the demand among collectors. Coins that are well preserved and graded highly can fetch a premium, even if the design remains unchanged. And some dimes from 2002, especially those from specific mints or those with minting errors, are considered rarer and more valuable than others. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 2002 dime is the potential for rare variations that can make a coin exponentially more valuable. For instance, some 2002 dimes experienced a minting error known as a double die. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, resulting in a doubling of the image or text. These double die coins are highly sought after by collectors because of their rarity and unique appearance. If you happen to come across a 2002 dime with such a minting error, you could be holding onto a valuable piece of U.S. currency. Another factor that makes the 2002 dime appealing to collectors is its production numbers. The U.S. Mint strikes billions of coins each year, but not all coins are created equally. Some years have higher mintage numbers, meaning there are more coins in circulation, making them less rare. However, there are also years where the production of coins is lower, and these years tend to hold more appeal for collectors. For the 2002 dime, the total number of coins produced was relatively large, but there are still specific varieties and mint marks that hold greater value. Coins with lower mintage numbers or those in excellent condition can command higher prices. Collectors are particularly fond of coins that have been well preserved over time. A coin's condition is an essential factor in determining its value. Coins that are circulated extensively often show signs of wear, scratches, and tarnish. But coins that have been kept in pristine condition, whether through careful storage or simply by being uncirculated, are highly prized. For the 2002 dime, coins in mint state, meaning they have never been used in daily transactions, are the most valuable. These coins can fetch significantly higher prices compared to those that have been circulated. Professional coin grading companies, such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) and the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS), play a critical role in determining a coin's value. These companies grade coins on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A 2002 dime in mint state 68 or 69 can be worth significantly more than one that has been graded lower. The higher the grade, the more money it can fetch in auctions or sales. The rarity of a coin, its minting errors, and its condition all come together to determine how much it will be worth to collectors and investors. So, what makes a 2002 dime potentially worth so much? Despite being a relatively modern coin, there are a few factors that can drive its value up. For example, rare minting errors or special versions of the coin can cause its value to rise significantly. Coins from certain mints, or those with specific characteristics, can also be worth more. But perhaps the biggest surprise is the value that even a common 2002 dime can reach when it is in perfect condition and graded highly. Some 2002 dimes have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions, especially if they are pristine examples or carry rare errors. And now, for the big reveal, a 2002 USA 1 dime coin, when in perfect condition, can be worth up to $104,000. This may seem astonishing for such a small coin, but it's a reflection of the demand for rare and high-quality coins in today's numismatic market. The value of the 2002 dime is driven by the rarity of perfect condition coins, as well as the increasing interest in modern U.S. currency as a collectible. If you're lucky enough to come across a high-grade 2002 dime, or even better, one with a rare minting error, you might just be holding onto a coin worth far more than its face value. The 2002 dime also tells us something about the way we value currency in history. Despite being a simple 10-cent coin, the 2002 dime is a symbol of American history, culture, and the ongoing fascination with coin collecting. It represents an era of U.S. history, and for collectors, it's not just about the coin itself but the story it tells. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, the 2002 one-dime coin is a fascinating and valuable piece of American heritage. In conclusion, the 2002 USA one-dime coin is more than just a piece of currency, it's a collectible, a piece of history, and a potential treasure. Its design has stood the test of time, and its significance has only grown in the world of numismatics. Whether you are holding on to a perfectly preserved dime or one with a rare minting error, the value of this coin could surprise you. And for those of you who are new to the world of coin collecting, the 2002 dime serves as a great introduction to a world full of rich history and immense value. So next time you find a 2002 dime, take a moment to appreciate its design, its history, and its potential value. You might just have a small fortune sitting in your pocket.